Good evening, class. My name is Louis Montserrat, and tonight I'm going to talk about the phase three for my database project for this semester. In compared to the previous ones that I've been explaining about my Java classes, such as the main, the movie manager, movie Java. That's phase one. Phase two with the introduce of the POMXL to launch Maven, and of course my database, or I would say my database because it's at the end, CSV file, also the TXT file that contains the in this case the movies that I store. I'm gonna introduce the GUI model that I'm using it. So the GUI is implemented in Java Swing and cleanly separate from the business logic. So my domain, which is the DMS model dot movie, and the DMS service that movie manager in this case. So now we are introducing, or I'm introducing in this case, my five um, GUI Java classes. So we have the GUI main Java in this case, the movie manager GUI, the movie table model, the movie form dialog, and last but not least the dialog Java. So without further ado, let's keep going. So I'm gonna start with the GUI main Java. So in this phase three, version, it applies the native look and it fills and opens. So in this case, the movie manager GUI application initializes the system look and feel and launches the main window. So in this case, we have the public main GUI. This one is my storybook, and it apply the native OS and looks and feel better and appearance. This is my try and my catch, and it runs the GUI on the event dispatch thread. So this one, the main focus is that once I launch the GUI, it will show the bottoms compared to the previous phases that I've done. So showing the table, in this case, all the info from the files we have stored and how it's gonna look. Now let's jump to the movie manager GUI in this case. So on the movie manager GUI, it stands a JFrame and it composes the UI. In this case, the menu bar, which will show the file, the data, the actions, and help options. The toolbar, in this case, it will load the CSV file or text if you want to use it that way. And essentially, it handles all the call services methods such as onload CSV, on add, on edit, on delete, and on average. And of course, all user feedback goes through the dialogues helper once it's done or once it's requested per se. So as you may see, this is all my public classes. This is how it's gonna look on once I launch it on the window. And of course, those are what I was talking about. My data menu. Here are my custom action menu, the help menu, and all the getters and setters that I will show once I launch it, basically. Here's my movie table model.java. So in this one, it wraps the movie manager as a whole and defines the columns such as the movie ID, the title, the director, the year, the duration, the genre, and the rating. What it will do once I launch the GUI, it's gonna be like it's a read or reading only table, so it's gonna display the whole movies. But of course, it's gonna organize it better so the user get to see in a really clean way what movie have they stored, and so they can have an idea of what's going on. As you can see, this is how it's gonna look. Or this is the movie table.model, and it custom a table model for displaying movie objects in a JTable and retrieves data directly from the movie manager services. This is the movie form dialog. So in this dialog enforces the validation before creating and updating. So making sure that let's say I'm gonna add a movie, right? I had to make sure that it'll show enter title, enter director, enter genre, the years, the duration, the rating properly, otherwise it'll display an error message. So those are my parameters for that. Really short, really simple. And basically with the intention of for the user to editing and enter the data that they want. And last but not least, the dialog. So the dialog is a very small file, but it's very versatile, and it standardizes the J option pane, calls the info, the warm, the error, and confirms. So basically, it'll prompt the messages whenever the user was able to upload the file as they wanted or not. Without further ado, let's launch it. So in this case, comparing to the previous phases, this is the main Java, so it'll run the table, right? In this case, we have the GUI. And this is how it's going to look. So we have the file, the data, the action, the help. This is loading CSV, so what I can do with it, I can select from my files and I can upload it on my GUI. So if we go to desktop, and we go to software development 1, fall 2025, and here is my database. So as you may see, it was successfully uploaded 20 movies and it shows no errors. So right here, it shows the movie ID in a column, the title, the director, the year when they launch, the duration in minutes, the genre, and the rating. And this is, for example, the average. And here is where you can actually editing or delete. So for example, like this, you just select and you just click delete. So in this case, since I click delete, it's gonna pair with the movie ID, in this case avatar, as you may see. So once I click yes, it shows delete. But let's run it on the terminal, for example. So this is the terminal, and this is the commands. So what I'm doing right now is to ensure that I'm running the right file. So first I'm gonna do the PM Excel. This is the Maven clean package. So we just want to ensure that everything is clean and ready to run. Then I'm targeting my jar, and this is the final to get it run. And again, what we do, we just load the CSV, same process, we just go to search for the file, and there we have it. and I will say this is a wrap for now. I cannot wait for the next upcoming phases for this project. It's looking good. It's taking me a lot of effort, but I'm really excited for what's coming and to show you more about this. So until next time, this has been Lewis, and I hope you are having a great night. Thank you so much.